And then finally, last question from me to all of you is, what do you think about these brain organoids, right? As there's been a uh, few opinion articles and different papers being written recently about these little clumps of brain cells grown in dishes that we are using to, grow brain tissue, astrocytes, neurons, blood cells, other supportive cells, like multicellular balls of cells that are tiny but three-dimensional structures and not flat plates of cells in dishes. These are three-dimensional networking balls of brain cells. Are we worried about the ethical considerations of potential sentience in dishes? Uh, yep. I think they're great too. I mean, so far, I think that it's not an issue whatsoever. My question is like, at what point, like, do we stop? How big does a clump of brain cells have to be? And should it be connected to sensory organs or sensory cells? Because I mean, I can't help but think that sentience is an emergent property of not just the brain cells, but the body, the perception, the sensory aspects. You can't have one without the other. Um, yeah. Pepsi Cola, yes. We're all hoping that our brains outdo the brain organoids. You can beat a dish brain, you're doing great. 10 years to go. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, I guess what I'm questioning is, how I'm reading these ethical, quandaries out in the science media and what's being written, how much is being written about them, and how sensational they're making it. Is it just bringing up topics and it's fine, or are people really concerned about this? Like, really? Do we really need to be concerned about the sentience of dish brains? I'm gonna leave you with that for the night. Sleep on it. Sleep on the dish brains. Tell me what you think. I wanna know how you feel about the rights of little brain organoids. Do they deserve, consideration? Mhm. I don't know. Brian Burwell says maybe Petri dishes is where Boltzmann brains get their start. I mean, it's true. They gotta start somewhere. Oh, no. Fada! I was beat out for a computer software engineer job by a brain organoid in a dish. I certainly hope not. We should not be at that point yet. Computer software engineer, if you're talking about a large language model, that's happening more and more often. It's really, really upsetting. Yeah, Pepsi Cola, you feel it's similar to AI, overly sensational. We do not understand our own consciousness and beginning of life. We're nowhere near intelligent enough to create a brain like ours, nor Terminator. Yeah, and that's where I'm as well. I think that it's good to bring issues up to the public, and I understand that you have to bring things up well in advance to think through possible outcomes, right? Possible paths, possible outcomes. It's a great practice, right? It's a good engineering practice as well. And philosophically, it's great to think things through. Go, where is this going to go, and where do we want it to go? Have we considered all the angles? And so, I think sometimes these articles that are just the philosophical discussion within science, whatever, they get, yeah, overstated and a little bit sensational when it gets into the public, because then it turns into, "Are are brains in dishes alive and sentient?" Well, yeah, they're alive. They're cells. That's it's alive. Oh, they're not gonna reproduce or anything, but, um, it's a very interesting, it's interesting. It's that interface between science and society, right? And we should be having these discussions together, and it should be a situation where people are kept abreast of the philosophical questions, right? What are we okay with and what are we not okay with? I think it's essential that people are a part of the process. But at a certain point, if it's sensational, then people aren't really a part of the process. They're just being played with and manipulated. Oh, outrage or ooh, wonder and astonishment. Ah. And yes, I do like to play the sensational fiddle every once in a while, but I always try to bring it back to reality when it comes down to it. What do I understand? What do we understand? What questions do we have? Because it can be fun. Fun, it's good. It's great to have fun, but we gotta be serious every once in a while.